Today's a new day. It's a beautiful day. And it's a day to put fluids back in this engine so we can hit that start button. I'm excited. I'm nervous. So today will be the day that is the culmination of all this work, I think. And we'll decide if spending all that money on this engine that was completely untested as far as I know, and as far as even the guy I bought it from, because he bought it from a totaled car that I don't think he ever got to start it either. So it's a big gamble, but it was my only real option, I suppose. All right, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the oil plug. I'm pretty sure there's no oil. In fact, there should be no oil in here. I checked the dipstick, there's nothing in here. So nothing should come out of here, although I probably still will put a pan on here just in case. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace the plug with the new plug that I got, because I got the oil change kit from Red Pants. And so we'll get that done, get some oil, get some coolant, put some power steering fluid, power brake fluid in there, and see if we can get that button pushed. All right, let's get going. Well, it's a good thing I went ahead and put the oil pan underneath there anyway. There was a little bit of oil down at the bottom of the oil pan, so good thing we caught it. Otherwise, it would have been a mess on my garage floor, but it's not that much. I wouldn't even call it a quart. So anyway, we'll let that drain out and then we'll get going. Okay, here we go. We're gonna put some fluids back in this thing. I did my best to source all the different products that Aston Martin and Steve over at Aston 1936 have recommended. Definitely got the Mobile One 0W40. You can go to 0W30 if you're in a colder climate. It's November, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Clearly I'm not in a colder climate. So I got 15 quarts of that, but I only need 11, but it was just more cost effective to buy the extra 4 than it was to buy just the one quart. Anyway, then I was able to get the CHF stuff for the power steering fluid. So I only bought one of these. It's 1 liter. For a full flush, it calls for 1.3. I don't think it's been fully drained. There's no reason why it should have been fully drained. It's definitely dry, but we'll see if I can just get it with the one. If I need to go back and get another one, those weren't that bad. But here's where we had to go off the reservation because they were calling for the Motul brake fluid, but it's just not available around here. And to be quite honest, I have no patience, and I didn't feel like waiting around to order it online. I got the Liqui Moly .4. It should be just as good. No reason to expect it should be a problem. So it should be good. Call for about 1.5 liters to do a full flush. So I have 2 liters here. It should be plenty. And then on the coolant, same thing. You're calling for the Havoline brand, and that just isn't available around here. Not that I could find. I went to a bunch of different places. Called a couple. I even called the British sports car place down in San Luis Obispo, and they did not. They didn't sell that stuff either. So anyway, I just went with the definite oat style. The they call it Dex Cool. GM calls it Dex Cool, but it's the oat stuff. So it's not like oat milk, I don't think. But anyway, same thing. Concentrate though, I got the concentrate because it was $20, $21 for 2 gallons of the concentrate, and it was $18 for 1 gallon of the premix. So I would have needed 4 of the premix, and I only needed 2 of the concentrate, and I just got some distilled water to make it 4 gallons total. So here we go. Should have all the fluids I need, and let's get them in the car and go from there. Okay, pre-start checklist. 11 quarts of oil in the car and nothing leaking out the bottom. That's a good start. 4 gallons, or I should say 3.5 gallons of the coolant water mixture. Got about a half a gallon left. Once the engine starts and it opens up the thermostat, cycles that through, I should be able to get the other half gallon in there. So it takes 4. I filled up the power steering reservoir. I cycled it back and forth with the car completely off 10 times is what they say to do when you're doing the flush. And the fluid looks good. So we'll check that again, of course, but I think we're good. So like I said before, it didn't even take probably about half of this liter. So about half a liter is what it took. And again, I didn't expect it to take much more than that because it didn't drain all the way. And then the brake fluid, I've got about half of this bottle in there, and then it's not going anywhere. And that makes sense too. That needs to be bled. So there's a bunch of air in those lines. So that's not a shocker at all. That's just gonna have to go through the whole bleeding process. So anyway, I'll have to wait till we get going and we do a brake bleed on that. So it's time. I'm so nervous, it's crazy. But anyway, hey, we did all this time. We did all this work and we spent all this time, so let's get this thing started. All right, well, here I am in the car. I've flashed the ECU, so we should be in good shape there. The muffler is not hooked up because I still think I'm going to take that pipe off for the transmission flush, but so it's going to be pretty loud, I think. But I think I'm ready to give this thing a try. So let's see what happens. Key on. And I'll turn it around so you guys can see the button here. I am so nervous. This is not even, I don't think it's healthy. Probably had a little coffee. I had a little coffee this morning. Yeah, I don't think it's healthy, but we're gonna give this a shot. Okay, key on. I'm gonna put the throttle all the way down so that we don't start the car, and try to get some oil pressure. So I'm not seeing great lights right now, so I'm not sure we're gonna get anywhere with this, but let's give it. Let's see what happens. All right, fail number one. So we gotta find out. It says check battery off switch. So I'm wondering if everything we did has triggered that battery off switch thing in the back. So I'm gonna have to go look to see how we reset everything. From what I understand, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So let's see what happens. Okay, took me a minute, but I found it. It turned out I didn't tighten one of the ground lugs on the driver's side up behind the firewall there. So easy thing to miss, I suppose, because it's hard to see in there. But ground is just as important as power, and exactly what was going on. I tightened that up, and we've got a million other faults right now, but the battery disconnect fault is gone, so fingers crossed we can hit that starter now. Get ready for some noise. All right, here we go. Take two. I'm just as nervous as I was on take one. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, the battery switch came back on again. Well, that's not good. That probably means we're not getting anywhere. Well, back to square one. Well, if I'm being honest, today was a disappointing day. I got all the fluids in the car. I'm ready to get this thing started. I got the tune from Velocity AP uploaded, no problems. It gave me all good codes. Everything's good. So it seems to be able to communicate with the control modules, the engine control modules, but something's missing. It's not connected to the transmission, I think. So it's giving me some gear position errors. But more importantly, it's giving me the check the battery disconnect switch error. So I have checked that. It's definitely not open, so it's closed. The battery's connected. I've got power all the way up to the front of the engine. I've got power to the fuse box under the hood. Everything seems to be connected. I've got good grounds. I've checked that a million times. But something's not connected right, and I'm just not sure what yet. So the transmission connections back here are both connected. Yeah, so I don't know. But I've been working at this for hours, so I think maybe the best thing I can do now is maybe just take a break, get some dinner, think about it. Maybe I'll wake up in the middle of the night with some solution. So that's what we'll do. Again, sort of a disappointing day, but hey, this is the way it goes. We'll figure it out. All right. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit a like button down there. And hopefully the next one we'll get this thing started. Thanks for watching.